Today, it's the National Football League. It's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Miami Dolphins.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback.
Before the game, when I said hello to him, I tried to give him a little dap, but he wouldn't give me any, and I thought he was snubbing me. Then I realized he's keeping all that flame to himself. How about the week he had last week? AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And some room to maneuver. And they do finally get him at the 12. A huge play there right off the bat. 61 yards that time on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Inside handoff now. Miller. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. So this has been a pretty strong start to the year for him on the ground, CD. It's just week 3. That's already 5 rushing touchdowns.
And you know he's got big grins on their faces besides the rest of the team. The strength and conditioning program, because he was awfully dedicated to what they put in front of him to get ready for this year. Got himself into terrific shape, and he's dominated here early on.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So now the Bengals get ready for their first drive. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
Throwing on first down. Saunders, he'll get this into the hands of Bird. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
On third down, Farrell. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll keep it on the ground. Farrell. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. This defense for the Dolphins, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. To throw on third down, Saunders. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This will be fielded at the 17. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Last week, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were talking with him on the field before the game. He said simply, I was in a groove. He obviously was.
And I think he's being a little modest about that, being in a groove. That's a big-time game right there. And I think he feels like his entire team is coming along with him because they're creating spaces and holes for him to...
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a big play there for Miami. 59 yards.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off and coaches go, 2 hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational type plays.
Especially that one with a defender right there. Ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over here on the INT at their own. Five-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. of 10 that time. Escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Looking to throw. Saunders. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They'll give him 4 yards there. And 3rd and 8 now.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Letting one go deep for Roberts. And this is caught. It's a big play there for Miami. 52 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? When you think of an explosive.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. It's the fullback. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. On 2nd down, Farrell, and not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now,
and the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. That's pulled in at the 32. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. It's a big play there for Miami. 63 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Back to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. From 13 yards out. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out. Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Get ready! Get ready! Here we go!
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Now a handoff up the middle. Weaver. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. 21-0 our score after one. On 2nd down, here's Miller. Oh, look at the juke. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, Woodson. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Dolphins are able to add on to their first half lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it is 28-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Now, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. On second down now, Farrell. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And that will be incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner, and that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to air one out. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. It's a big play there for Miami. 58 yards. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
Here we go.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Dolphins have taken a 5-touchdown lead. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing.
And it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Check peek. Ready.
They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL in picking up 1st downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them.
And he will take it in. in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Dolphins have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Boy, I mean, at this point, what more do we say here? I got nothing.
And you know, so many people talk all the time about having announcer-less games, and they want that. This could be a candidate for it, because if we stay here and do this, we're going to have a lot to fill in the second half.
There's still another half.
Extra point right down the middle, and it is 42-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On second down, Farrell. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
That looked great when he first took off, because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
Pulled in at the 24. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
On second down now. It's Hughes. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
72 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. 2nd and 2. He's got a man, complete, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there, 52 yards, and the Dolphins are pouring it on.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Saunders, throw left side, complete. That's Bird. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Saunders. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. He'll look to set up his blockers. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10.
Black 40. Hey, go Fury.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man here, it's Roberts. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Here we go. Yellow, 43.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown! A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Dolphins just continue to roll. Well, I'll say one thing, Charles. You're getting really good practice here in breaking down touchdowns. What did you see there?
Well, the same thing I've seen over and over and over in this first half. My scintillating analysis, Brandon, this offense is absolutely taking no prisoners.
Now for the point after. And the route is on here in this first half. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. On 2nd down, Farrell. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. operating from the gun. Saunders. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
A first down carry now for Miller.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 47 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the...
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Dolphins extend their lead yet again. So he had the nice run to get him down there, was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Saunders. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. It's a big play there for Miami. 61 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. To throw on second down, Saunders. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Ready, flat, 95. Drill 3. Come on, let's go. Check Fury.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
A try here for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Well, the Bengal offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was the Eagles who come away with the home victory. Cam Newton, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. In that game, all tied up with the visiting LA Chargers. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And that first half was nothing short of a disaster. 0 points on the scoreboard and a big 3 in the INT column.
So they've got to get him going, obviously, right? So you've got to get him in rhythm. And we always think of short passes. I think of jet sweeps where they just kind of toss the ball forward. You know, that counts as a forward pass. And then you can say to him, look at that. You completed 3, 4, 5 in a row. Now you've got to get your confidence going.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw on second down. Saunders, flush to his right, and a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
He finds his man, complete. That's Mullins. And mark him down way up close to 40 at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Saunders. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
42 yards rushing. Into the ball game now on 14 carries. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Farrell. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Saunders. He'll buy some time right. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Saunders. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are pouring it on. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on third down. Saunders, throw caught here by Bird. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And now the rookie's free. And he takes it all the way, but there is laundry on the field. A flag is down, and I think this one's coming back.
I agree.
So a special teams mistake on a long punt return.
And think about the momentum that leaks out after that play, right? It's built up, terrific return, everyone's excited, but that flag on the ground can bring it way, way back.
A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great play there. 71 yards. And the Dolphins just continue to roll.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati set to take over once again.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. Now this offense.
Back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going. That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
63 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Check. Fresno.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown! A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Dolphins get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. But the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Saunders. Throw over the middle. Pulled in here by Farrell. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Saunders. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
We just saw the dilemma for every coach. You want them to fight for the extra yardage, but somehow continue to cover the football. Oftentimes when you fight that hard, the ball becomes exposed.
Defensively, it's obvious they're trying to be more aggressive. First tackle a little too aggressive. Second one, though, they strip it loose.
Down inside the 10.
Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. 30 yards.
And the Dolphins are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
To throw on 2nd down, Saunders. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Saunders. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he fields it cleanly. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards.
Miami set to take over. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
On 1st down, Woodson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On second down now, it's Weaver, and the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down. Here's a give to Miller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Up the middle they go. Hughes. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
They'll run on first down. Weaver, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
To throw on 3rd down, Saunders. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Looking to throw. Saunders in trouble, and he's taken down. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6.
Under pressure again and and down he goes again. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down. Operating from the gun, Saunders. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Fielded at about the 28. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hughes, and they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Weaver.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
On 1st down, Woodson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Point after here coming up. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
On 1st and 10, Saunders. He finds his man complete. That's Bird. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up second down. That catch, by the way, number 1099 for his career, one away from 1,100.
Sounds like an IRS catch, doesn't it?
I was thinking the same thing, 1099. I'm just thinking I should be doing my taxes.
Exactly, got to turn it in. He's accumulating those kind of numbers, isn't he?
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up fourth. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And we'll see what he can do on the return.
No, they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Woodson.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Up the middle they go. Hughes. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a first down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. On second down, it's Weaver. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Roberts. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 37.
Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, you realize that both sides of the ball were so dominant in this game. And on offense, not only did they score it, but they did it through the air as well as on the ground. Everything was working.
And you know that the guys who scored the touchdowns, who contributed that way, that threw them or ran them, they're going to find our cameras and have a big grin for them. But I hope our cameras find that offensive line. How versatile were they? Move the ball on the ground, move people so they could run it, and then protected their passers so they could throw it.
So for Miami, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.